In this video series, we've looked at how most enterprises get digital wrong, how flawed organizational structure and capabilities lead to bad decision-making around strategy and tactics. We also took a look at 5 things enterprises need to do if they want to do digital well. But those 5 things are big: continuous customer research, integrated analytics, ubiquitous experimentation. How do you get there? Let's take a look. Getting digital right, as I've tried to make clear, isn't one thing. It really does require an integration of people, process, and technology. Well, what doesn't? But that integration has to be guided by a real vision of how the digital enterprise should work and a methodology that drives continuous improvement. We have that. I also want to make clear that this isn't about grafting some consulting or a few data scientists onto an existing structure. Sure, you can do that, but it won't change much. And because getting this right means changing the way the organization works, you can't ignore the need for both change and project management to get it right. In the last 3 years, I've seen firsthand how hard it is to change the way a large organization works. I've seen programs get derailed from the top, from the middle, and from the bottom. And sometimes I couldn't even tell where the resistance came from. It just lurked out there, invisible and unkillable. If you don't take change management seriously, you're probably going to fail. It's also a long game. Yes, there are wins along the way. Once optimization starts, you should see steady improvement. But it's going to be a while before the organization works the way you'd like, and even longer before you're really great at digital. And this isn't magic. It will take time and money. How much time and money depends on where you are when you start. If you already have significant capabilities in digital analytics and testing, your biggest challenges are likely to be reorganizing things to make them work right. That can be painful, but it shouldn't be terribly expensive. If you don't have the people, it'll be less painful to reorganize, but you're going to have to spend more. Again, this isn't magic. It still takes a lot of people to do the job right. So what do you do to get started? Well, analytics starts with data. 3 or 4 years ago, almost every engagement we had started with, and often ended with, a focus on data. That's not so true these days. A lot of companies have gotten pretty good at the mechanics of digital analytics infrastructure. If you're not one of those companies, however, you have to do this first. Getting your data right may take no time at all, or it may be the focus of 12 months of intensive effort. I've seen both, but I've never seen anyone be good at digital until they get this done. The next 2 pieces provide the strategic and tactical framework for all of your subsequent digital decision-making. You need to understand customer journeys, not just inside digital, but across all your channels. And this isn't a one-off exercise. In my view, you never stop building and refining your view of customer journeys. Every strategic decision you make in digital should be contained within and explained by this type of journey mapping. This may be a continuous activity, but you do have to start somewhere, and getting a segmented, moderately detailed understanding of your key customer types and journeys is critical to thinking well in the digital channel. Building these journey maps isn't a trivial exercise. It's probably a 3-month project with a decent-sized team and some fairly senior folks. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what it takes to do the job right. For years now, I've been preaching the idea that segmentation, of visitor and visit type, what I call 2-tiered segmentation, is fundamental to digital analytics. It's also fundamental to digital transformation because this segmentation is the basis for all of your dashboarding, your testing roadmap, your subsequent analytics, and much of your tactical decision-making in digital. It really is the foundation of a good digital program. Building this kind of segmentation can be done in several ways, and the investment depends much on the complexity of your business. But in general, these are 10 to 12-week projects with a small team doing moderately advanced analytics. Throughout this series of videos, I've talked about the importance of voice of customer as a powerful tool for strategic analytics and for digital decision making. While most of the companies I work with have at least some of the basic technical capabilities to deploy online surveys, few have a real program. Building that program is less a matter of consulting and more a matter of staffing and will. You do need to invest in a true enterprise feedback management system, not one of these old-style canned survey tools, but the technology investment is really quite small. I think the key capabilities here are the EFM technology and the people to build, deploy, analyze, and socialize the voice of customer data and create the constant decision-making loops throughout the organization. You can use consultants for this, but over time, you'll really want this to be your own team. For any company that invests significantly in digital and social marketing, a unified campaign measurement framework is critical. This framework needs to establish how campaigns are going to be classified and measured, what metadata you need to collect around every campaign, and what benchmarks and groupings will be used to evaluate campaign performance. Do this once, do it right, and you will dramatically improve the organization's understanding of and commitment to digital marketing. You'll also create a real foundation for ongoing optimization and continuous improvement. Building this framework depends a lot on the complexity of your digital marketing and the nature of your digital success measurement. It's also a political exercise. Back of the envelope, you can think of this as a 2-month effort with a 4 to 6 month socialization period. None of these 5 programs is small, but none, with the possible exception of digital data quality, is really that large. Put them together, and you've created a foundation for completely re-engineering the way you make decisions in digital. You really will be ready to rock.